Every single person has a unique value, a priceless essence that is irreplaceable. Yet in the chaos of life and in the rush of external pressures, it's easy to lose sight of that value. You begin to question your worth, especially in a world that is constantly measuring people against unrealistic standards. But let me remind you, your value is not dependent on anyone else's judgment or approval. Your worth is inherent. It's built into the very core of who you are, and it's time for you to recognize it. The world around us is designed to make us feel small, to make us doubt our capabilities. Every day, we are bombarded with comparisons, with people telling us how we should look, act, and think. Malank. But this is where you must begin to make a choice to stop letting the outside world dictate your self-worth. You are not your job title, the money in your bank account, or the car you drive. These are external factors, and while they might bring temporary satisfaction, they are not who you truly are. Your true value comes from within. It's your character, your ability to love, to learn, and to grow. It's the way you show up for yourself and for others, It's your resilience when faced with hardship, and your kindness in moments of uncertainty. Your value isn't something that can be diminished by the opinions of others or the challenges you face. In fact, the more you encounter struggles, the more your value shines through. Think about the times when you've been through tough situations. It was in those moments that your true strength was revealed. You didn't give up. You found a way to keep going. That is where your value lies, in your ability to persist, to rise again, and to become stronger with each setback. You are enough exactly as you are. When you truly understand your value, you begin to see the world differently. You stop settling for less than what you deserve. You start setting boundaries, not out of arrogance, but out of self-respect. You stop accepting toxic relationships and situations because you recognize that you deserve better. You begin to attract people and opportunities that align with your value. You will face moments of doubt. There will be days when you feel as though you're not enough, when the weight of the world feels too heavy. But in those moments, remember this: your value is not determined by your current situation. It's not determined by how much you have or how much you've lost. Your value is constant, and it is not subject to change based on circumstances. So when you feel uncertain, take a moment to remind yourself of who you are. You are capable. You are worthy. You are valuable beyond measure. And no one, no situation, and no challenge can ever take that away from you. The most profound truth that you need to embrace is this: your value is immeasurable, and nothing in this world can take that away. No failure, no mistake, no judgment from others, no setback can diminish the inherent worth that you possess. Your value is not determined by the things you achieve or the recognition you receive. It is determined by the simple fact that you are alive, that you exist, that you are uniquely you. It is part of your essence, woven into the fabric of who you are, and it is yours to claim. You stop seeking validation from external sources because you already know your worth. And when you know your worth, you begin to live differently. You begin to act with confidence, with authenticity, and with the understanding that you don't need anyone's approval to be who you are. You are enough just as you are. This realization that your value is not dependent on anything outside of yourself is liberating. It frees you from the chains of comparison and competition. It frees you from the constant need to measure up to others. You are no longer in a race with anyone but yourself. You are on your own path, walking your own journey, and your worth is determined by the progress you make on that journey, not by where others are in theirs. Your value doesn't fluctuate based on how much you've accomplished or how far you've come. It remains steady, unwavering, like a rock at the core of your being. And it is only when you recognize this that you can truly begin to live freely, without the pressure of external expectations. The world may try to tell you who you should be, what you should look like, and what you should do with your life, but those are not the things that define your value. Your value comes from within, from your spirit, your character, your capacity to love and give. It comes from your ability to show kindness, to be vulnerable, to keep going in the face of adversity. It comes from your capacity to grow, to learn, to improve, and to evolve into the best version of yourself. It's in your ability to show up, take responsibility for your life, and to make choices that align with your deepest values. It is in the way you live, the way you interact with the world, and the way you treat others. And no one can take that away from you. There will be times when the world tries to make you feel small, tries to make you doubt your abilities, your worth, and your potential. But those moments are just that. Moments. They are not permanent. They will pass. And when they do, you will remain. Your value does not diminish because of the hardships you face. In fact, it is during those challenging times that your true value shines through. It is in those moments that you discover your true strength, your resilience, and your capacity to rise again. Every day is an opportunity for you to become more of who you were always meant to be. Your value increases as you grow, as you learn, and as you embrace the lessons life has to offer. Each challenge you face, each setback you overcome, adds to your value. Your value is inherent to who you are. It is not something that can be earned or taken away. It's part of your essence, woven into every fiber of your being. Yet in the rush of life, it's easy to forget. We often get lost in the chase for validation, seeking approval from others, measuring our worth based on external achievements or comparisons to those around us. But your true value doesn't depend on what you do, what you own, or how others perceive you. Your worth is constant and undeniable. It doesn't fluctuate with the trends or the opinions of others. No matter where you are in life or what you have or haven't achieved, your worth remains steady. It is the quiet strength you carry inside you, a part of your core that can't be shaken by circumstances. In the world around you, there is so much noise telling you that you must do more, be more, prove more to be worthy. The truth, however, is that your value is not determined by anyone else's standards. It doesn't change based on how much recognition you get, the success you have, or the possessions you accumulate. Those things are temporary and external. But who you are, your essence, the way you show up for yourself and others, that is the true measure of your value. You are enough just as you are. No title, no achievement, no number of followers on social media can ever define you or make you more worthy than you already are. Your worth is intrinsic and unshakable. The first step in realizing your value is acknowledging that it is inherent. It is inherent. It is yours, and no one can take it away. It is easy to think that mistakes or failures diminish your worth. We live in a world where success is often glorified and failure is stigmatized, making us feel as if we are less than when we stumble. But your mistakes are not a reflection of your value. They are merely stepping stones, lessons that guide you toward growth. In fact, it's often through the hardest times that your true worth becomes evident. The resilience, strength, and perseverance you show when things don't go according to plan are what really define you. You are valuable not because you never fail, but because you rise every time you do. Your ability to adapt, to learn from challenges, and to continue moving forward despite the obstacles is what adds to your value. Mistakes don't make you less than. They make you human, and they are a part of your unique journey. In the same way, it's tempting to define your worth by what you have achieved or by how much you've accomplished. Many of us measure our value by our job titles, the size of our paycheck, or the number of awards and accolades we collect. But those achievements, while they may be milestones, are not the foundation of your worth. True value isn't found in what you do, but in who you are. It is in your ability to show kindness when no one is watching, your courage to stand up for what you believe in, and your authenticity in a world that often tries to make you conform. Achievements come and go, but the love you give, the integrity you uphold, and the way you impact the world with your actions, that is where your value lies. It doesn't diminish because you didn't meet some external goal or reach a particular milestone. It's rooted in the person you are and the heart you carry. There is a power in resilience. Life is unpredictable, and no one can avoid hardship forever. There will be moments when you feel completely lost, when the weight of everything seems too much to bear. It's during these times that your value becomes clear. It's not about how many times you succeed, but how many times you rise after falling. Resilience is a measure of strength, of inner power, and of the relentless pursuit of progress, no matter the setback. It's about continuing to move forward even when you're afraid, when the road ahead seems uncertain. And it's through your resilience that your worth shines brightest. The person who keeps going, the one who chooses to fight even in the face of adversity, is valuable beyond measure. It's not the victories that define you, but the courage to stand back up and keep going when life knocks you down. The greatest measure of your value lies in your capacity to love. It is the most powerful force in the world, and when you choose to love yourself, others, and the world around you, you create something far more significant than any accomplishment. Love is a reflection of your value because it transcends the material, the fleeting, and the superficial. When you love, you connect on a deeper level. You build relationships, nurture those around you, and show up in ways that matter. When you love yourself, you honor who you are, accepting your flaws and your strengths equally. You create a safe space within yourself where you can grow and heal. And when you love others, you create a ripple effect of kindness, understanding, and connection. Love is the foundation of everything that truly matters in life. And it is through love that you reveal your true worth. Your value is constant. It doesn't depend on the highs and lows of life, the wins or losses, or the approval of others. It is steady and unwavering, regardless of what happens around you. This truth can be liberating because it means you don't have to be constantly chasing after external things to feel worthy. You can be content and at peace with who you are right now, no matter your situation. Your value isn't tied to your achievements or the validation you receive. It is tied to your very existence. And when you understand that, it becomes easier to navigate life without the fear of judgment or the pressure to perform. You are enough. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you haven't yet accomplished, you are valuable beyond measure. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of self-worth. In a world dominated by social media and constant exposure to others' lives, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. It may feel like everyone around you is doing better, achieving more, or living a more fulfilled life. But this comparison is harmful because it blinds you to your own unique journey. Your value is not measured by how you stack up against someone else. You are not meant to walk the same path as anyone else. The beauty of life lies in its individuality. No two people are the same, and no two journeys are identical. When you stop comparing yourself to others and start focusing on your own growth, you unlock a deeper sense of peace. You begin to realize that your worth is not dependent on anyone else's success or failure. You are valuable because of who you are, not because of how you measure up to someone else. Setting boundaries is another vital practice in honoring your value. When you don't set boundaries, you allow others to dictate your time, energy, and emotions. You allow your needs to be overlooked and your worth to be diminished. Boundaries are an act of self-respect. They tell the world that you value yourself enough to protect your peace and your well-being. Whether it's saying no to something that doesn't serve you or standing firm in your beliefs, boundaries create a space where you can thrive. They teach others how to treat you and how to honor your value. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it's necessary for your mental, emotional, and physical health. When you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, you are honoring your worth and showing the world that you are deserving of respect, love, and kindness. Your journey is unique to you, and it's one that no one else can walk for you. There will be twists and turns, unexpected challenges, and moments of doubt. But every part of your journey, no matter how difficult, is valuable. The setbacks, the failures, the successes, they are all part of what makes you who you are. Embrace your journey and own your value at every stage. There's no timeline to follow or checklist to complete. Your worth isn't dependent on when you achieve certain things or how quickly you reach a particular destination. It's about honoring each step of your path, trusting that every experience is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. When you accept and love yourself throughout your journey, you realize that you are worthy exactly as you are. Your value is not something you have to prove. It's not something that can be taken away or diminished. It's already yours. You are valuable because you exist, because you have a heart that loves, a mind that learns, and a spirit that persists. Your worth is beyond measure, and it is yours simply because you are you. The sooner you embrace this truth, the more fully you will be able to live, knowing that you don't have to chase after validation or try to prove yourself to anyone. You are enough. You have always been enough.